Gilbert has dropped in on us here in the World Cafe with a... No, I'm not going to say it. With a thud, I was going to say, but I said it.
Ouch.
Welcome.
Thud.
Thanks for coming by.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
This record, Thud, is out on the Hard to Find But Worth It PRA record label.
Yeah, we're trying to make it less hard to find.
Good.
As we speak.
Good. Now, we know you from Toy Matinee, and a lot of people know your songs from Tuesday Night Music Club sessions with Sheryl Crow.
Yeah.
And it's interesting that that was such a collaborative effort, and this record, Thud, is pretty much you.
Yeah, and they were sort of made simultaneously. Bill Bottrell, who was the producer of Sheryl Crow's record, had his studio next door to mine in Pasadena, and I used to bob across the hallway every Tuesday night and hang out with him and write songs and stuff, and that just developed into this thing we called the Tuesday Night Music Club. And the other 6 days of the week, I was in my studio, like, slaving away on my record.
Right.
So.
Well, it's a great sounding record, so I was really curious as to what it would sound like live. Did you kind of come to these songs live far after you'd recorded them? Or?
No, they were kind of developed simultaneously, and also there's a few different presentations of it. We're acoustic today,
right.
Or unplugged, or whatever they call that.
Right.
But when the band plays this stuff, it's much more aggressive, and sort of each song tends to have its own treatment in whatever format we're doing it in. You know, like someone asked me to play these things on piano a couple weeks ago. I was like, oh, okay. You just do a piano arrangement on the spot of it.
Wow.
So
I'll tell you, why don't you play something? We can talk some more about it.
Okay.
You were kind of warming up on Joytown, which I think is probably a good place to begin.
Yeah, do it. Fathers, they have big hands, and they pat gently on your head. Mothers always make sure everyone is happy and well fed, and everything is instant. No one has to wait too long. And Lennon never has to sing a Paul McCartney song. Living here in Joytown, the city of the sun. Everyone loves everyone, loves every single one. No one sells his roommate's stuff so he can get a fix. No one fears the darkness, no one fears the number 6. And everyone talks openly of great things that they've read. No one ever says the things that are better left unsaid. Everyone has someone they can share their sadness with. No one leaves the slightest doubt. No one takes the fifth. Yeah, living here in Joytown, the city of the sun. Everyone loves everyone, loves every single one. Jesus and Muhammad and Buddha live in town. Zoroaster and Baha'u'llah and Moses hangs around. When they get together, they are quite a noisy crew. They laugh about their legacy over cigarettes and brew. Hey, we're living here in Joytown, the city of the sun. Loves every single one. a book by Marx. People tear down parking lots so they can build more parks. Jimmy plays the perfect note that never seems to end. And Martin Luther King has got a blonde white girlfriend. We're singing here in Joytown. Won't you come and sing along? Never tell you that you ain't singing the right notes. Never criticize your song. Joy to the world. All the boys and girls. Joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea. Joy. Joytown.
Joytown, Kevin Gilbert is with us here in the World Cafe. Now, one of the other members of the Tuesday Night Music Club wrote a song about L.A. called Boomtown.
Oh, yeah.
And I was wondering how specific to L.A. that song.
Joytown or Boomtown?
Joytown.
Joytown, not really specific at all. I think it was more about, I was trying to envision what my idea of heaven would be. You know, where all the sort of problems that I see around me aren't problems anymore. Just things everybody relaxes, mellows out, and there isn't conflict. So.
And it's also a pretty good description of what life on Earth is like, unfortunately. So,
yeah.
You got that line about everybody talks openly about great things they've read, and if you look at your liner notes, everybody from John Irving to Carl Jung is thanked you here.
Yeah.
So you've got this love of words all over this record. It's just wonderful.
Well, thanks.
Where is that? Where do you think that started?
It started on the Toy Matinee record, actually. Up until Toy Matinee in 1989, I had really been a lot more fascinated with the music behind the words than the words themselves. And Bill Bottrell, who produced Toy Matinee, really sort of kicked my butt around and said, you're the singer, you're going to have something to sing. It doesn't... Rhyming doesn't cut it, just because it rhymes doesn't cut it. So, and he knew that I was reasonably well read because I was English major in college for a while. So he said, why don't you put some of that thought into your lyrics instead of just writing dumb pop tunes? And so I did. I actually, the Toy Matinee was the first time I really sat down and went, yeah, what do I really want to say to the world? And I think from there to here was also a lot of sort of stripping down. The Toy Matinee record was very ephemeral and sort of a lot of fantastical, story-oriented stuff going on.
Well, let's talk a little more about lyrics, because I don't know if you're going to do Goodness Gracious next, can you?
Yeah, we can.
Because everybody I know between the ages of, say, 25 and 35 says, oh, great lyrics on that song.
And everybody over 35 and under 25 says, what the hell's he talking about? It wasn't really a conscious attempt at writing any kind of, Generation X thing. In fact, I sort of loathe the idea that corporate America has taken to using Gen X as a marketing ploy.
Right.
It was really more about how each generation looks back at the generation ahead of it and complains. And mine was particularly good at this process. And the last verse of the song talks about the fact that, my kids are going to do the same thing to me and tell me that, I screwed up their world. And I think it's always like that.
Can you do that one now?
Yeah, you want to play it?
Sure.
Goodness gracious, is there nothing left to say? When the ones that get to keep looking are the ones that look away. It's pabulum for the sleepers in the cult of brighter days. In the cult of brighter days. Goodness gracious, at the mercy of the crooks. We're broken stroking vegetables, and there's way too many cooks. In every pot a pink slip, in every mouth a hook. In every mouth a hook. Goodness gracious, I'm not listening anymore. 'Cause the spooks are in the White House and they've justified a war. So wake me when they notify, we're gonna fight some more. Gonna fight some more. Goodness gracious, my generation's lost. They burned down all our bridges before we had a chance to cross. Is it the winter of our discontent, or just an early frost? Just an early frost. Goodness gracious, of apathy I sing. The baby boomers had it all and wasted everything. Now recess is almost over and they won't get off the swing. Won't get off the swing. Goodness gracious, we came in at the end. No sex that isn't dangerous, no money left to spend. We're the cleanup crew for parties we were too young to attend. Goodness gracious me. Goodness gracious, we came in at the end. No sex that isn't dangerous, no money left to spend. We're the cleanup crew for parties we were too young to attend. Goodness gracious me. Goodness gracious, my grandma used to say, the world's a scary place now, things were different in her day. What horrors will be commonplace when my hair starts to gray.
Goodness gracious, Kevin Gilbert, the line about recess is... You must have really liked
That's
it.
actually a dream I had.
Yeah?
It's kind of funny. I was kind of feeling really angry. Like a lot of the time I was making this record, I was feeling really angry. That mid-20s angry thing.
It doesn't come out much on
No.
the record, though.
I don't think you can hear it anywhere on there. But I had this dream that I was on a playground, and Aerosmith was on the swing set, and I was, looking at my watch because I knew that like recess was over at 1 o'clock, and it was like 12:55, and I just couldn't get Steven Tyler off the swing because I wanted to swing on this thing before time was up.
The mind is a wonderful thing.
Yeah, isn't it great how it gives you those really subtle metaphors?
Now, the album's called Thud. Is the band called Thud? Who's playing with you today?
Yeah, the band is called Thud. Nick DiVirgilio is playing hand percussion and singing some backgrounds.
How do you do?
Hello. And Russ Parrish is playing bass and some guitar and singing.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty good.
And we're just waking up.
Wake up. So, if you were working on this one, you were working on Tuesday Night Music Club. That's a while ago. You must have some new tunes also.
Oh, yeah. We got some things cooking. Working on a rock opera.
Seriously?
Yeah, actually, something I've always wanted to do. Everybody I tell that to goes, oh, no, don't talk about the rock opera. It's like, the bad word in the music industry. Whatever you do, don't write a rock opera.
It's a concept album.
It's a
rock
concept record. But, no, I'm going to have fun with it and do. It'll be short, don't worry. A short rock opera.
An operetta. Do you want to do something else from this one?
Yeah, sure. Want to do When You Give Your Love to Me? Okay. I've been thinking about this for the last 3 days. I don't think that I'm deluding myself. I don't think that this is just a phase. And I don't mean to shock you. I hope that I'm not rushing in. But I think that this is kind of important. I don't know exactly where to begin. My whole life has been a constant ailment. You can provide a simple remedy. Yeah, I'm gonna show some vast improvements when you give your love to me. And you can trust that I'm a worthy recipient, and be assured I'll act responsibly. I'll treat it like a work of rare and priceless art when you give your love to me. How's about it, girlfriend? Am I gonna have to twist your arm? Perhaps it's not the most original concept, but it has a kind of timeless charm. You'll have the little birds flying all around your head, and you'll gaze at me dreamily. Yeah, the whole world's gonna smile and wave when you give your love to me. And I will write you 100 sonnets. Every word will rhyme easily. And all your friends will be genuinely supportive when you give your love to me. I'm sick of hearing about sadness. I'm sick of violent crime. I'm sick of angry militant lesbian feminists. I'm sick of imperfect rhyme. I've always heard that we should love one another, and what a fine example we will be. Maybe we can start a trend or something when you give your love to me. And maybe then we'll get our friends together, and they'll all get along famously. Think that everyone will feel much better when you give your love to me. There'll be global peace and religious tolerance, all men as brothers in a world that's free. There'll be a perfect cosmic harmonic convergence when you give your love to me.
That's kind of a piece with Joytown. Your descriptions of heaven in
Yeah.
in a corporal form.
Yeah, I always thought of the Joytown and that song as like the two up moments on the record because they're kind of lighter weight. And then someone told me that they thought it was really cynical, and I go, no, I'm being wide-eyed and naive and bushy-tailed, and
Something like that.
it's beautiful songs about love.
You want to? Now, we mentioned doing the operetta, but you have other new stuff that you've been working on.
Actually, this is not part of the fine rock opera, but I'll play one new one.
Okay.
This is something we do live that people like a lot. Actually, you're going to play guitar on this side. This is Russ on guitar and me on bass.
Miss Broadway, you say you're puzzled by this reaction that you get. It seems you're always wanted by the men with which you pet. Yeah, why do they come calling with chests that heave inside, when all you did was laugh at them and touch them on the thigh? The legions that surround you, these victims of your charm, keep their fires smoldering, 'cause their burning keeps you warm. And the sexual harassment that follows you around, it's just a way to clear the deck for some new prospect that you found. And I know that you believe each new invention of the truth. I know the next 5 minutes are what you're trying to get through. But a man who really loved you and believed you all along has seen the truth and shuddered and is singing you this song. I'm leaving Miss Broadway. You can't have my love anymore. I'm leaving Miss Broadway. Your game's already played. Now I'm just rain on your charade. I saw you on my TV, taking credit for our work. And I knew if I said anything that I would be the jerk. There's always some ex-boyfriend, some jealous has-been clown, trying to muscle in the spotlight, trying to keep the lady down. It's a comfortable old story about the man without a clue, who rises to the top on work some woman had to do. But political correctness won't accept the inverse true. We just can't see painted toenails on the foot that fits that shoe. I'm leaving Miss Broadway. Can't have my love anymore. I'm leaving Miss Broadway. I guess I lost my taste for your carrot in my face. selling, and sincerity's the rage. So you work your practice dogma, your I'm a victim cry. You've come a long way, baby. You can smoke and drink and lie. Leaving Miss Broadway, can't have my love anymore. I'm leaving Miss Broadway. Your game's already played. Now I'm just rain on your charade. Leaving Miss Broadway. You can't have my love anymore. I'm leaving Miss Broadway. I guess I lost my taste for your carrot in my face.
That's a new one from Kevin Gilbert. That's Miss Broadway. And I guess we'll finish up with that.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Sure.
For coming by. Thanks to Russ and Nick on all things percussive, bass, guitar, etc. Thanks a lot for coming by.
Okay.
Kevin Gilbert, our guest on the World Cafe.